Assalamu alaikum. This is Ms. Beena. I'm here to explain you the new chapter, Cracking Hydrocarbons. First of all, in this chapter, we are going to discuss fractional distillation. This is a very important process in chemistry, and this process involves separation of a liquid mixture into fractions, differing in boiling point and hence chemical composition by means of distillation, typically using a fractionating column. So, in this process, what happens is uh, we can separate different chemical compounds from a liquid mixture. For instance, we have crude oil, so we can perform its fractional distillation in which we can separate its component compounds by heating it and by performing this process. So, after fractional distillation, crude oil can be separated into fractions by this process, but fractions need further treatment before they can be used because they contain many different impurities. These are mainly sulfur compounds. If left in this fuel, then they will burn to form poisonous sulfur dioxide gas. So, without separating the impurities and without performing the fractional distillation process, we cannot use that crude oil for different purposes because they will be having impurities and they can produce poisonous gases that are not good for us. Some fractions are separated into single compounds or smaller groups of compounds, for instance, methane, propane, and butane. So, if we have crude oil and we are performing its fractional distillation at different temperatures, different chemical compounds will be boiled, and in this way, they will be evaporated and they can be stored in different fractions. And in this way, we can take out our required compound. Part of a fraction may be cracked. Cracking breaks down molecules into smaller ones. Now let's discuss what is cracking. Cracking a hydrocarbon in the lab. It is basically a type of thermal decomposition, and we all know very well that thermal decomposition means that we are decomposing or breaking down a large compound by the help of heat. An experiment was carried out using a hydrocarbon oil. The product is a gas collected over water in the inverted test tube. So we are performing an experiment of cracking a hydrocarbon in the lab basically. And for this purpose, we are using a 3 to 4 centimeter depth mineral wool which is soaked with a hydrocarbon oil. So we have taken a part of wool and we have soaked it in oil. Then we will use a catalyst for this reaction, that is aluminum oxide. The test tube is heated until the cracking takes place. As you can see in this picture, that we have taken the test tube, and inside the test tube we have taken the mineral wool which is soaked in the hydrocarbon oil. We have also added aluminum oxide, which is the catalyst, and then we will start the heating. As you can see in this apparatus, which is fixed in a way that a delivery tube is coming out from the test tube, and then this is going into a water trough. From there, it is again attached with another test tube, and in that test tube, water is again present. So, when the heating will start, that oil which is present in the wool will start to crack, and then the mixture will be which contains different compounds, they will start to boil, and those compounds which have low boiling points, they will be vaporized and collected in the test tube. So this is a small practical which can be performed to understand cracking of a hydrocarbon. A comparison of the reactant and product gave these results to us. We can see that there are 4 different features or categories in which we can see the difference between the reactant and the product. First of all, the appearance. The reactant was thick, colorless liquid, while the product is a colorless gas. Smell. There was no smell of the reactant, while there is a pungent smell of the product. Flammability means that if we introduce flame, then what is the reaction? So the reactant is difficult to burn while the product burns readily. Reactions. Few chemical reactions can take place with the reactant, while many chemical reactions can be performed with the product. So these are the differences between reactant and product. Conclusion of thermal decomposition. The results indicate that heating has caused the hydrocarbon oil to break down. A thermal decomposition has taken place. The reactant had a high boiling point and was not flammable, which tells us that it had large molecules with long chains of carbon atoms. Remember that we have already discussed hydrocarbons are composed of carbon and hydrogen chains. So those hydrocarbons which have high boiling points, they will be having long chain carbon atoms. Means that there are many carbon atoms joined together forming long chains, while the product has a low boiling point and it is very volatile. Volatile means that it can easily be evaporated because its boiling point is low. So it must have small molecules with short carbon chains. So this is the difference between the reactant and the product. The product must also be a hydrocarbon since nothing new was added during the reaction. So all these points are basically the conclusion of the experiment, that we can also conclude that the product produced is also a hydrocarbon because we have not added any other reacting material here. So the molecules of the hydrocarbon oil have been cracked. The product is more reactive, so could be more useful in industry because the product which is produced is more reactive than the reactant, so it is more useful in industry. Okay, now there are some questions. Question number 1, briefly explain fractional distillation. Question number 2, what happens during cracking? Question number 3, cracking is a thermal decomposition. Explain why. You're supposed to solve these questions in your journals. Thank you, students. Allah Hafiz.